So what's it feel like having?
Wow, that's close up.
Yeah, what's it feel like having an inspiration award? Inspiration award.
It's definitely an amazing feeling. It was the first time I'd ever been up on stage before, talking to an audience. So it was kind of interesting to be on the other side of the stage for once.
Do you feel over the years that Roadrunner Records has signed some prolific bands?
Oh, we definitely have. I think we've signed some of the greatest metal bands of all time. Really unique bands, you know, from Slipknot, Sepultura, Killswitch Engage, Trivium, Typo Negative, Fear Factory, Machine Head, Biohazard, Cynic, Devil Driver, Cold Chamber. I know I'm leaving out a ton too, but yeah, a lot to be proud of, a lot to be fortunate about.
And were you expecting to get nominated for this award?
No, I mean, it was a surprise to me, so it wasn't. I was pumped. I wasn't really thinking about it or expecting it, so it was just a pleasant surprise.
And for those, because you're, you know, what position are you in the label?
My title is Senior VP A&R.
Okay.
When I was at the label, I'm leaving the label August 1st.
That's a shame.
Yeah.
Okay. You know about illegal downloading and the problems with all of it. Put that into perspective for those that live in like the Middle East and North Africa who cannot get hold of it due to political constraint. What's your opinion on that?
Well, basically, illegal downloading and kids stealing music is why I'm here right now. It's why Roadrunner UK is closing. It's why I'm out of a job. It's a direct result of illegal downloading. Basically, if kids steal music, artists, musicians, and the people that bring this music to the kids, meaning the record business like myself, we can't survive if people steal music, and what's happening to Roadrunner right now is a direct result. As for the kids in the Middle East and other countries where you're saying that they can't afford to buy music, you know, I mean, look, if you can't afford to buy it and that's the only way to get it, what am I going to say? Like, if I was a kid living there and I had no access to buy it, I would do exactly what those kids are doing, because the bottom line is the acquisition of music is something, you know, you need it in your life, and if you can't buy it legitimately and it's easy to steal, I mean, I'd probably do the same thing if I was in their shoes. But as far as kids and music fans in, you know, regular countries like US and the UK where it's easy to buy music and find music, there's really no excuse to download it for free and steal it. And if you continue to do so, guys like myself and labels like Roadrunner are going to cease to exist.
Okay, and you know how heavy metal over the years has gone global and all of that. Sorry. So how heavy metal has gone global and all of that. What's your opinion on the spread of metal around the world?
Metal is truly global right now. I mean, I remember at the time in 1987 or 1988 that I signed Sepultura. It was really big news back then to have a metal band come from Brazil. Like when we announced that we signed a band from Brazil, all the media were freaking out. It was like unheard of, and that broke down a lot of doors for Sepultura. People were like infatuated with the fact that these guys were from Brazil. Now in 2012, if you announced you were signing a band from Brazil, no one would give a shit. It would just be like, you know, bands are coming from every corner of the planet. So I think it's pretty common. The concept of global metal right now is like, it's almost even taken for granted. No one would even blink an eye, no matter what part of the world you're from. And that, as I said, that's changed a lot since the old days when I signed Sepultura.
And when you signed Sepultura, what was your response when they produced the album Roots?
You know, I got to be honest, I was a little bit taken aback when I first heard Roots. It was such a stylistic change from Chaos AD. You know, the band had down-tuned their instruments and, you know, started being very, very influenced by the band Korn. It was a huge stylistic departure for the band, and when I first heard it, I was a little worried about how Sepultura fans would react. Of course, once I heard it a few times, I recognized its brilliance and I was all into it. But it was definitely a controversial record when it first came out. You know, definitely a record that caused some dissension among Sepultura fans in the short term, but of course in the long term it's come to be looked upon as a classic, with the song Roots Bloody Roots being the band's biggest song of all time.
And you know, with respect with Sepultura changing their lineup, do you feel that most fans would stick with old Sepultura?
You know, there's always something classic and legendary about the original, you know, so, you know, whenever there's a change that happens, there's always going to be kids that gravitate towards the original, the classic lineup. And of course, that was the most successful lineup as well in terms of record sales and creativity. Well, actually, I don't even want to say creativity because I'm not trying to comment on the current Sepultura, who I'm still really good friends with, who are still going and making great records. But, you know, it's no surprise that the classic lineup of any band is always looked at, you know, the most favorably.
I don't know, I was just going to go. Okay, and final question. What do you have to say to those that are going to watch this interview? Those fans from like all over the world, from like Greenland to Kenya to Iran. What do you have to say to them?
Basically, you know, thank you for supporting Roadrunner Records. Thank you for buying our records or even stealing our records. But thanks for being metalheads and supporting great music. And you know, it's because of you metal fans out there that love what we do and love what I do is the whole reason I've been doing it. You know, I'm a metal fan. I do it for myself and I do it for you guys. So we're all one big family, and I just thank you for supporting metal.
Thank you very much.